Madam Speaker. I'd like to read off some of the comments I made in my decision, some of which is not captured in the report, but thank you to Councillor Mays for the kudos, and this was certainly one of the more controversial land planning applications to come forward in St. Boniface Ward, and pleased that the community came forward and believed that we found a compromise that was almost unanimous in the same night of public hearing. So in terms of some of the text in my decision, and I've removed some of it to try to be more expedient with time. So I believe, and this is the text that I read that night, so some of it is in the present tense but should be in the past tense, but I'll leave it as is. I believe we've achieved a compromise in consultation with community that achieves an increase in density, an overall policy goal and direction for the City of Winnipeg across all of our neighbourhoods. For the area, while respecting the neighbourhood character, while this compromise has achieved overwhelming support from the community. I appreciate the efforts of our city planning staff who've authored a practical report which adheres to the City of Winnipeg's planning guidelines and supports our growth and development objectives. I've also taken pains to emphasize that land development decisions are not made in accordance with a neighbourhood referendum and plebiscite. There are property rights and existing zoning rights on properties in the City of Winnipeg. In the past, I have approved certain developments in the face of opposition, believing that it was in the best interest of the neighbourhood and the city. I understand and respect that many residents of the community have moved there with the expectation that it be a neighbourhood of exclusively single detached houses. While that is a legitimate desire, it is not in keeping with the City of Winnipeg's growth strategy and our overall efforts to increase our urban density to provide a more sustainable and economic urban form. I thank the proponent for coming forward as well with their plan. In spite of some criticism, I recognize they have conducted 2 open houses in the community and did modify their plan in part to respond to planning staff and residents. I understand and respect their desire not only to, as business people, maximize their profits within the zoning bylaw, but also pursue a more urban form for our community, which is widely understood to promote greater environmental and economic sustainability. I believe in a collaborative process which engages residents as much as possible in the growth and future of their neighbourhood. This willingness to keep an open mind, compromise, and discuss is one that I wish to encourage. I hope my council colleagues will see the work that was done here and approve this compromise position that came out of extensive discussions tonight being the night of the rezoning application public hearing. So with that, thank you, councillor colleagues, for your consideration.
Thank you, Councillor.